Today we learn about IDs and classes inside of HTML. Both of them are attributes you can add to an element, so you can target them later with CSS, for example, or JavaScript. An ID is a unique identifier. Each element can only have one single ID, and each ID should only appear once on a page. A class can be shared across multiple elements. You can use it when you want to group elements and apply the same style or behavior. If you want to create a div, for example, and give that div an ID, you could do so by using the ID attribute and then using any ID you basically want. So we could, for example, say that this is a container for bananas. And we can do so, but if we would duplicate this div and create a second div with the exact same ID, it doesn't show an error here, but this is something that is not possible inside of HTML. You should never have two IDs with the same name on your website. So something like this is not possible. If you want to use two containers for bananas, for example, you would have to replace the ID attribute with the class attribute. So we could, for example, say class equals container for, let's say, apples, for example. So we have a container for apples, and now we could duplicate this div 3 times, for example, and now we have 3 containers for apples. So something like that is perfectly fine, while having 2 or more containers for bananas in this case, because this is an ID, is not something that you can do. So just remember, an ID is unique and a class can be used multiple times. So imagine you want to have the same background color for all of those containers. You can do so by using the class attribute. If you want to make sure that something just exists one single time on the entire web page, always make sure to use an ID. And this is all you need to know about IDs and classes in HTML.